Is it time to buy or sell SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we will explore the SPDR S&P 500 ETF in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025, and now we aim to provide you with an even more comprehensive analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay informed about our latest analysis. You won't want to miss any important updates that could influence your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Leverage the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be regarded as financial advice. Since the 27th of May, 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a hold accumulate, assigning it a score of 0.00. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time. Throughout this period, the ETF has exceeded our expectations, achieving a gain of 12.8% since we first advised purchasing the SPDR S&P 500 ETF 82 days ago. This results in an average return of 0.16% per day since it was categorized as hold accumulate. A score of 0 signifies that our system predicts considerable volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. In light of the recent developments, we cannot ascertain the ETF's next direction, as it could potentially move in either direction. The exchange-traded fund lies in the upper part of a narrow and weak rising trend in the short term. This situation may present an excellent selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back towards the lower part of the trend can be anticipated. A breakout above the top trend line at $667.53 will initially signal a stronger rate of increase. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential 7.74% change over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from 4.75% to 7.85%. Evaluating the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of 9.20%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could fluctuate between negative 14.49% and 9.20% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $570.25 and $728.19. Our latest daily update for SPDR S&P 500 ETF includes the headline, Green Day on Monday for SPDR S&P 500 ETF after gaining 0.485%. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF price gained 0.485% on the last trading day, which was Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025. Rising from $663.62 to $666.84. It has now gained for 3 consecutive days. It will be interesting to see whether it continues to rise or takes a slight pause in the coming days. During the last trading day, the ETF fluctuated 0.773% from a daily low of $662.17 to a daily high of $667.29. The price has risen in 7 of the last 10 days and is up by 2.78% over the past 2 weeks. Volume decreased on the last day by 32 million shares, and in total, 63 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $42.19 billion. It is important to consider that decreasing volume alongside rising prices could indicate divergence and may serve as an early warning about potential changes in the next few days. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF was $667.29, while the lowest price was $481.80. Currently, the price is 0.07%, or 45 cents, below the 52-week high of $667.29, which is also the all-time high for the ETF. SPY is trading at fresh highs as a narrow group of approximately 24 names, not just big tech, are doing the heavy lifting. Individual winners like Teradyne are leading the sector rotation into semiconductor and industrial technology. Momentum has been reinforced this week by easier Federal Reserve policy and thawing tensions between the United States and China, which is pushing risk-on flows and driving headline-driven upside. One major firm, now sees a path for the S&P to surge dramatically next year, keeping bullish sentiment elevated. In the short term, expect continued inflows into exchange-traded funds, higher liquidity, and periodic rotation among leaders to sustain SPY's advance. However, be prepared for sharper swings driven by headlines and buy-the-dip trading behavior. New structured exchange-traded funds that reference SPY will add demand and trading sophistication, amplifying volume and options activity. Over the long term, sustained gains will hinge on earnings breadth beyond the top names and valuation digestion. If profits widen and macro easing endures, SPY can extend its gains, but elevated multiples leave it vulnerable to a repricing if growth disappoints or interest rates tighten again. The following signals have been identified for the SPDR S&P 500 exchange-traded fund. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, providing a positive outlook for the ETF. Additionally, there is a general buy signal indicated by the relationship between these two signals, with the short-term average positioned above the long-term average. During downward corrections, support is expected around the levels of $661.45 and $646.37. A drop below either of these levels would trigger sell signals. A buy signal was generated from a pivot bottom point on Thursday, August 21, 2025, and to date, it has increased by 4.92%. Further growth is anticipated until a new top pivot point is established. Furthermore, a buy signal has emerged from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, commonly known as MACD. Volume decreased during the last trading day, despite an increase in prices. This creates a divergence between volume and price, which could serve as an early warning sign. It is advisable to monitor the ETF closely. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal. Observed 22 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal. Noted 1 day ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal, indicated 14 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, sell signal, noted 23 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal, recognized 93 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages, buy signal, identified 82 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you wish to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. SPDR S&P 500 finds support from accumulated volume at $659.18. This level may present a buying opportunity as an upward reaction can be anticipated when the support is tested. Generally, the ETF exhibits very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the associated risk is considered quite low. Over the last day, the ETF fluctuated by $5.12 between its high and low, which represents a change of 0.773%. For the past week, the ETF has experienced an average daily volatility of 0.726%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. There is no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which suggests that the ETF could move upwards swiftly under favorable conditions. In this scenario, consider entering a position and using volume to guide your exit strategy. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF encounters its first support level at $659.18. If this support level holds, it could present a promising entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $636.02, representing a decline of 4.62%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily fluctuations, which translates to minimal risk. The 14-day relative strength index stands at 89, significantly heightening the risk level. Additionally, there is a buy signal indicated by a pivot bottom identified 21 days ago. Is the SPDR S&P 500 ETF a wise investment choice? The SPDR S&P 500 presents several positive indicators. However, we find these signals insufficient to classify it as a strong buy candidate. At this point, it would be prudent to consider it as a hold or accumulate in your portfolio while we await further developments. following an analysis of the volatility and trading patterns from the previous day. Our systems indicate that the current price appears to be overvalued. For trading on Tuesday, the 23rd of September, we anticipate that the SPDR S&P 500 ETF will open lower by $1.41, starting trading at $665.43. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decisions on StockInvest.us. By using the information provided, you agree and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. From all of us here at Stock Invest.